Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin' with Sid from 3 Mississippi. How are you doing today? It's a storming right now. We're kind of in a little bit of a lull right now, but we've had like 70-mile-an-hour winds, and our power has been out for a few hours now. They're working on it. We have the best linemen probably in the state here in Chickasaw County. They get it cracking, let me tell you. They don't play. But this wind has been knocking trees down left and right, so they're trying to get it under control. I actually just got back from driving and all of that to go to Tupelo to pick up my bird shipment. We get our hub, and you guys will see this in an upcoming video. We have our hub for our mail goes through Memphis, and then it usually splits off and goes into Tupelo and then comes to us. Sometimes it does all that in one day, but with the case of these birds, and this has happened before, where I've gotten a phone call from the Tupelo post office and they've been like, hey, we've got birds here for you. Do you want to come get them? Otherwise, they're going to get shipped out to you from here tomorrow, and you'll get them tomorrow at some point. Now, they usually come pretty early in the morning still, but that means staying overnight in the air conditioning at the post office. So I generally, when I get that phone call that they're sitting in Tupelo, I generally go pick them up, which totally changed my plans for today. I was trying to race the rain. I was going to clean out my garden beds and trim some hedges and kind of do some spring maintenance, if you will, and kind of getting things ready for some of my plants are starting to pop up, some of my bulbs. So I was going to try to clean out those beds and get that done. But then I was like, well, you got to go to Tupelo and get your birds. And then, of course, as soon as I left, the power went out, and I had, had the hot plates plugged in. So luckily, Mike was thinking on his feet and went and plugged in the hot plates into the Jackery unit that we have, the little portable power bank. And when I got home, I remembered, oh shoot, I have eggs in the incubator. So I ran upstairs and plugged them into another power bank unit. Man, those things come in handy, I tell you what. They really do. So anyway, got that squared away, got everybody set up in there. In fact, I just went in to the brooder and checked on everybody, made sure everybody was still doing well after being settled in. Everybody was alive upon arrival, and everybody's looking good. Nobody looks like worse for the wear so far, so that's good. So far, so good. Usually, I say a good rate when you're dealing with that large an amount of birds, of 50 birds, usually your aim is no more than 5. So you don't want to lose any more than 5 in that first kind of crucial time frame of that first week or two. And that the reason you lose them is for different things. A lot of times, even though they have their hot plates, their instinct is to huddle together on top of that. And so sometimes it doesn't take very long for one bird to get a little bit bigger than another bird, and they will kind of crush each other, essentially. They kind of hog pile. So I found that it's a good rule of thumb to kind of go in there and mess with them every couple of hours if you're able to. Lift up the hot plate, let them spread a little bit, and then put the hot plate back down. They don't even realize that they're crushing each other. And so that helps kind of keep them from committing chickicide, I guess, because they do. They just kind of, they want to bundle all up. So even if you have the biggest hot plate in there, they're not going to space out evenly on their own. They just don't. I have never had birds that do it on their own evenly. Larger birds will, like your ducklings and your goslings and things. I don't have the issue with them. With chickens and quail, specifically, they will just crush each other. They will just squish up against each other. Somebody will get squished into the wall. Somebody gets squished into the floor. So anyway, kind of disturbing their area every once in a while. Good rule of thumb. It works. It doesn't save everybody because, you have to sleep at some point, but generally it helps, But it's just a gray day. The clouds are moving like crazy. It's raining right now, but not super heavy. We did have some bouts of really heavy rain, and the wind isn't too bad right now. Mike actually took down my big pretty wind chimes because they were whipping around pretty good in this wind that we were having. So the brooder's working. Obviously we have a couple sort of finishing touches to do on it that we essentially ran out of time to do because we're only human and there's always something happening, and so long story short, the floor and the walls are still bare. So I have the birds in a water trough right now. And then what we'll do is probably within the next week when we have a chance to do it and it's a nice warm day that we can just pull the brooder out and they can sit for a minute, we will vinyl the floor and vinyl up the wall. I think he's going up the wall like 1.5 feet or something like that. Maybe it's more. I think maybe it's 2 feet. I don't know. I know where the mark is on the wall. That's all I know. And we'll get that done. I'm not going to paint it until the birds are out of this round of birds is out of the brooder because birds are really susceptible to fumes. And while paint fumes are nothing like they used to be when I was a kid, they always say, it's fumeless paint now. That's true to a degree, but you can always smell when the paint is fresh. Well, birds are very susceptible to fumes, and so this, why we have canaries in coal mines, right? Because the fumes would get them, and then the miners would know, like, hey, we got to bail, and the bird's dead, So that's a real thing. Like birds, a lot of people, many people a year kill their parrots in their homes as pets because they don't realize whatever cleaning product or certain scented candles and things that create fumes that can really make them sick. So it's a whole thing. But anyway, so I don't want to paint in there until this batch of birds is out. And then I'll have a couple weeks where I can paint in there and I can air it out. I can open up the windows, I can open up the door, let it air out a little bit, and then feel comfortable putting them back in the brooder, with no worries about them basically getting fumigated. There is a hawk or something. I saw it flying and now I hear it screaming. Yep, I just saw it flying again. There's something happening over there. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of a weird weather day. Not, like I said, not an ideal day to be getting your bird shipment in when the power is out for an undisclosed amount of time. But it is what it is. I'm grateful that I was able to go pick them up with no events on the road and that we're all home safe. So that's a good thing. As you guys are seeing this, it's Ash Wednesday. So we will not be doing our live this evening because we will be at church service and enjoying some family time. So we won't be doing our live this week. But just wanted to remind you guys so you don't try to tune in and go, where are they? What happened? It's Ash Wednesday. We won't be there. Anytime one of the holidays falls on a Wednesday, well, Ash Wednesday obviously always falls on a Wednesday, but when it's like Christmas Eve or like, anything that's something that is a important service, obviously we go to regular service, but if it falls on a Wednesday, we always skip our live and go participate in the church service. So yeah, so just a reminder of that. But hopefully our power is turned back on soon. This does put a damper on editing. Yes, I could plug my computer in and work off of the power bank, and it may come to that if they're not able to get it on, in a more reasonable amount of time. But try to kind of save the power banks, and I don't have that much footage to edit yet because part of what I was going to be filming didn't happen because I had to go get the birds. So it's a whole thing. But it's fine. I'll, probably end up working on it on Thursday a bit and getting that done. But for Friday, there's all kinds of pretty birds out right now. They're like flitting around. It's crazy. how they come out in little breaks in the storms is always interesting to me. But I am a bird nut, so there's that. There is that. But anyway, guys, appreciate you. I will try to get another sipping and spilling out this week to you. I know I have been really bad about that the last couple months. And so I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, but every week it seems like there's something that happens that that slows me back down in my progress again, but we're working on it. So anyway, I'm going to try to get those out to you. So you got your little sneak peek of the birds are here and settled, and still more work to do on the inside of the brooder, but Mike did get the door on it, obviously, since you guys last saw it on Tuesday. He actually worked on that last night and got the door hung. And it works like gangbusters. So he worked really hard on that brooder for me, so I'm very excited. And hopefully very soon, I have some geese that are sitting on some eggs. I have goose eggs up in the incubator. Hopefully I will be adding some goslings in there as well. I do also have a Muscovy that's sitting on a clutch right now. And I'll probably pull her ducklings and sell them as babies, because we're going to be getting out of doing Muscovies. So I'll probably sell most of her babies. We'll see. We'll see what I decide to do. Or if he decides, let's grow the young ones out a little bit and process them all and sell the older ones. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. But everyone's weathering the storm and doing well. And we're just, man, I'm ready for summer. Well, that's not true. I'm ready for spring. We've had false spring the last couple days, and so I'm ready for real spring. It's coming. It's coming. I know it's coming. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe if the storms are in your area. I know that they are hitting the south pretty hard. I think there's like a blizzard in Kansas right now. Be careful on the roads. Be careful at home. All that good stuff. So as always, guys, stay blessed, and remember, safety's all.